Welcome to this week's episode of Magic Bringers Rising for May 29th through June 4th. Happy June, everybody, and find out all about what this beautiful full moon week has in store for us and our purpose because it's going to be rising this week. So stay tuned for this episode. Welcome to Magic Bringers Rising Chats, a show by Super Secret Powers. I'm your host, Lindsay Baldessano, and let's get ready for a dose of energy healing, channeled guidance, and humor to keep your intuitive flow open and your roots grounded so you can weave the life of healing, spiritual purpose, and magic that you want. So, before we go too deeply into uh, today's today's episode, I just want to remind everybody about the upcoming Unleashed 5-day masterclass that my friend and I are putting on. Isn't it time to claim your inner sovereignty? The power of the universe is yours to co-create with once you claim your personal power and self. So I want to introduce you to our 5-day masterclass, Unleashed. And this is for all those beautiful, witchy, light working women who struggle with staying confident and holding their boundaries and or feel like you've been hiding your light all of your life. Our 5-day masterclass is designed to help you begin to unleash your intuitive inner queen and embrace a life of confidence, happiness, and freedom. So don't miss out on this transformative experience. It's more than just, 5 days worth of little task videos. We're also holding live sessions every evening to really get deep and to maybe introduce you to some kind of soul medicine that you haven't maybe had an experience with yet, because that's really part and parcel of the membership that we are launching, the Queen of Your Inner Realms membership circle. Is all about just being able to have comfortable, safe environment with other women, with other beautiful souls just like you, to play and explore with your own abilities and your own energy and your own awakening so that you can feel like you are the queen of your inner realms. All right. So join the 5-day masterclass and I will see you there. But now, on to the rest of the episode. So, we have a fairly light week when it comes to things happening out and about in the cosmos. But that doesn't mean it's not going to feel big, because it can. It really can, especially if we are in touch with, what's going on this week and in touch with our inner soul selves. I mean, we have certainly a lot of Taurus energy, of course, with us right now. And that's really, I think, laying this beautiful groundwork for this sense of moving forward and being very practical and very embodied in what we do and how we choose to move forward on our guidance. Um, just, the nature of Taurus. And of course, this is all coming from a place of, covering your foundations. So, the money, the health, the home, the family, that kind of stuff. Um, so the week starts off with just that, just our ability to focus in on that, and to really, feel some steady but maybe slow progress. Um, and that's all fine and good. Enjoy that. Enjoy the breather. Because as we head into June, like mid June, things start getting a little wonkified as we come into more retrogrades and more shifts. Um, but as we come to midweek, so like Thursday to Sunday, we're going to feel like purpose is rising. We have Jupiter conjunct North Node, and we have the full moon in Sagittarius over the weekend. So those are all like big energies. Um, Especially as we hit Sagittarius, it's going to add a little bit more fire to this whole very earthy, very practical, very grounding thing. It's going to add a lot more courage, a lot more bravery to maybe some of the revelations we've had when on Thursday Jupiter is doing its dance with the North Node, because that's all about our purpose. It's all about where we're growing to. What is the mastery lesson of this one lifetime? So expect clarity and expect some, energy to help carry you forward in that. And next week start, things start getting a little wonkified, but it's like no one major thing. It's not like eclipse season all over again, right? We have Pluto going retro. Well, it is retrograde right now, but it's going to change signs. It's going back into Stadio Capricorn. Sorry, Capricorns. um, so there might be more discussions around, um, values and the old way of doing things and all that. It's just that I think we've come forward in the last 2 or 3 years. And so I feel like this is just more of a review of why certain things didn't work and had to change. And, we had to uncover a lot in order to be able to move forward again. So while it may seem like, you know, um, the old ways are rising again, for better or worse, over the summer, I mean, it's not going to stay that way. Again, just treat this like a review. Um, just let it inform you. But we'll talk more about in the next episode. And we'll talk more about how things are coming into retrograde. So, welcome to the light language portion of today's video. And I have a feeling we're going to be talking to the guides a lot about purpose and what it feels like and what it sounds like. Sorry, I was playing with my cords there. Because we're seeing this shift. I'm going slower because this is not entirely just, your host Lindsay here. Yes, an ignition point in the next week. But as we go into the retrograde season, and as we go into Lionsgate and the Venus retrograde that surrounds that time period in this year, this is a retrograde in which we don't ask you to go so deeply, especially if you're approaching this work now, especially if you are feeling the call of purpose this week, if this is your point of awakening into that deeper self, into that deeper energy within you. For questions about who you are and are you being, embodying, looking like, sounding like the soul that we all know we are, and we all know you are. These questions are, of course, presented because and with that energetic confluence of the Lionsgate and the Venus retrograde and a few other things around there, like watch Neptune. But for people who are already doing the work, who are already seeking purpose, this is not meant to cause such self-doubt that you doubt the good intentions and the drive to have those good intentions and bring them into this world, if they have not fully succeeded yet. This is why we ask you, if you are a light worker already awakening on this path, not to think so deeply, but to play in the energies that are presented. For perhaps there is a better way to shine your light for the world to see it. And we only ask that you consider this, enjoy and play. The much, much deeper awakenings that will occur over the summer are meant for people who are just coming into their own path, who are just beginning to sense and reach that threshold with soul that they can begin to grow where you are. So within this purpose, we also ask you to try and model what it looks like to come into soul and to come into self and to come into the joy of just simply being and loving those small moments that you do get to experience for being an embodied soul. And as to the ignition and the inspiration that is coming this weekend, for purpose, for your sense of drive and direction, consider it a blessing. Consider it and recognize the privilege of having this level of vision. But also know that purpose is something that is not as serious as all that. And we hope this Taurus energy will also inspire you to see purpose as something that is born in the very tangible, very physical, very visceral, right now moment of embodiment. It is not a vague, abstract concept, for we only ever give you seeds. We cannot give you a full-grown plant and expect you to know what to do with it. All we can do is give you a seed in which you can nourish within yourself. And as seeds, and the seed analogy goes, sometimes growth is something hard to see in the beginning. It is still below the surface. It is still unfurling from its casing. It is still learning to affect its own little environment below the surface, growing some roots, taking in nourishment. So do not forget to nourish yourself and your body and take joy in the little inspired actions that will come this week. I know that they are more than enough as long as you are filling yourself up, as long as you are also nourishing yourself so that there are nutrients and there is energy for the seed to begin to unfurl. And these small practical tasks of just tending and minding are all that is needed right now in this stage of growth. For you cannot rush things along. You cannot force the seed to grow. The acceptance of an inspiration, a divine guidance seed is still, in a sense, light language at this stage. It is not something you can easily grasp onto, but it is something that is happening always under the surface. And we understand the desire to have something fully formed, to have something tangible for your efforts, for your faith, for your belief, for your own sense of gratification and fulfillment. But we offer you the perspective that just having this sense that something is unfurling is the true blessing, is the true reward, for it will encourage you to grow along with it and to grow the confidence, the sense of knowing, the sense of trust, sense of belief that there is more happening even if it cannot yet be seen. And relish in that. Namaste and blessed be. It was very sweet. Sweet message. Certainly feel a lot calmer after it. How do you feel? How did you experience that? Let me know in the comments. But just wanted to remind you to sign up for the masterclass. Look for that link in the show notes, wherever that is, on whatever platform you're watching this on. And we will see you next week. I will actually be on a cruise, so you'll see me on the video, and I'll be checking the comments, of course. But yeah, I'll be on a cruise. So if you want to see my pictures, get on Facebook and look for Lindsay Peters Baldessano, and that's where I'll be posting most of my pictures from the cruise. And I will see you around the webs. Blessed be.